In the whimsical land where mushrooms grew tall and colorful, a little fairy named Elara made her way across a field with excitement heating her wings. Ahead of her stood a bridge made entirely of twisted, gnarled roots, and upon it sat a tiny, hunched figure, a garden gnome named Norman. Norman was known far and wide for his grumpiness. He sat polishing a tiny stone, his eyebrows knit in focus, his mouth a straight line under his red pointy hat pulled low over his eyes. Muttering to himself, he didn't notice Elara flying above. Elara landed gracefully on a nearby leaf, as the wind carried the grumpy voice of the gnome over to her. "No one crosses without a riddle," said Norman, his voice stern as the floating gray words dissolved into the air. Elara, a brave and curious fairy, wasn't daunted by the gnome's demeanor. Her antennae quivered with determination. She needed to cross the bridge, and no grumpy gnome would stand in her way. With a flurry of shimmering wings, Elara flew straight toward Norman, her resolve as bright as her flight. Surprised by the swift approach, Norman looked up from his stone, his eyes wide, startled by her small and pixie form. Stopping her flight briefly before him, Elara chirped in a musical tone, "What has an eye but cannot see, and a heart but cannot feel?" The riddle danced around Norman's head as sparkling notes of wonder. Norman pondered, genuinely puzzled. He touched a finger to his chin, as a tiny light bulb flickered above his head and then extinguished. He shifted from confusion to concentration, determined to understand. The roots of the bridge seemed to hold their breath, waiting for the right answer with patient anticipation. Suddenly, Norman's eyes lit up with realization, a solution striking his mind like lightning. "A storm!" he exclaimed triumphantly, his voice lifting with delight that replaced his grumpiness. The bridge responded to the solution, roots unwinding like a graceful dance, twisting out into a smooth, orderly path. The sound of creaking wood accompanied the transformation, creating a new harmonious way.